Ever pondered how Huey Lewis and the News stamped their mark on the rock and roll genre? Our journey begins in the vibrant city of San Francisco, where a young Hugh Cregg III, who later became known as Huey Lewis, was growing up. His early days were filled with a profound love for harmonica, a passion that would fuel his musical journey. In those formative years, Huey was just another kid with a harmonica navigating the world around him. But everything started to change when he met guitarist Chris Hayes. Their shared passion for music sparked a connection that would eventually shape the sound of rock and roll as we know it. In their own words, they were just a bunch of guys who loved playing music and wanted to make it big. It was an incredible time for music, and they wanted to be a part of it. Huey once said, "We were just a bunch of guys who loved playing music and wanted to make it big. It was an incredible time for music, and we wanted to be a part of it." Chris chimed in, "We had no idea what we were in for. We were just doing what we loved, playing our music, hoping it would resonate with people." And resonate it did. With Huey's harmonica and Chris's guitar, they began to create a unique sound that would become their signature. A sound that was raw, authentic, and full of heart. A sound that was undeniably Huey Lewis and the News. But this was only the beginning. A harmonica-playing kid and a guitar-strumming teenager were about to embark on a journey that would take them into the very heart of rock and roll. A journey that would see them create some of the most iconic tracks of the era, tracks that would leave an indelible mark on the music industry. This was only the beginning of their journey into the heart of rock and roll. From humble beginnings, Huey Lewis and the News began their ascent to stardom. Their journey was fueled by a potent mix of passion, talent, and an unrivaled dedication to their craft. The road to fame was paved with countless rehearsals, small gigs, and the relentless pursuit of a sound that was uniquely their own. The year 1983 marked a turning point for the band. It was the year they released their breakthrough album, aptly titled Sports. This album, with its distinctive blend of rock and soul, pushed the band into the limelight. It was a hit parade with tracks like The Heart of Rock and Roll and I Want a New Drug, quickly becoming anthems of the decade. But it wasn't just the catchy tunes that caught the attention of the masses. It was the authenticity of their music, the raw energy they brought to each performance, and the undeniable connection they had with their audience. They were not just making music, they were creating memories, soundtracking moments, and shaping a generation. As the band's popularity soared, so did their presence on the airwaves and on stage. Music videos were played on loop on MTV, and live concerts were sellout events. It was a time when Huey Lewis and the News were not just a band, they were a phenomenon. Fans from the 80s fondly remember this time. They recall how the band's music became an integral part of their lives. Every beat, every lyric, every riff was etched into their hearts. The band's music was everywhere, and it was inescapable. But the truth is, no one wanted to escape it. Their music had become the soundtrack of an era. It was a time of change, of discovery, and of unabashed expression. And right at the heart of it all, providing the rhythm to these times, were Huey Lewis and the News. But with great success came great challenges. As Huey Lewis and the News began their ascent to stardom, they were met with the inevitable pressures that come with fame. The constant spotlight, the relentless touring, and the increasing expectations from fans and critics alike. The music industry itself was evolving rapidly, shifting from the vinyl era to the age of digital music and MTV, presenting its own set of demands and hurdles. For Huey Lewis, the man at the helm, the challenges were not just professional, but deeply personal. In the early 90s, he was diagnosed with Meniere's disease, a condition that affects the inner ear and can lead to dizzy spells and hearing loss. For someone whose life and career revolved around music, this was a devastating blow. Speaking about his diagnosis, Huey Lewis once said, "When I first lost my hearing, I thought my life was over. But then I realized that it was just a new chapter. I had to adapt. I had to evolve." And adapt he did. Despite the difficulties his condition presented, he found ways to continue creating music, to continue performing for the fans who loved him. Yet, the band's journey was not just about navigating the tumultuous waters of fame or dealing with personal health struggles. It was also about staying true to their sound, their roots, and their fans, in an industry that was constantly changing. They had to strike a delicate balance between evolving their music to meet the changing tastes of the time, while keeping the soul of their sound intact. In the face of all these challenges, what kept Huey Lewis and the News going was their unwavering love for music and their deep connection with their fans. They were not just a band that played rock and roll, they were a band that lived and breathed it. Despite the challenges, Huey Lewis and the News were determined to keep the music playing. Their story is a testament to the power of resilience, the strength of passion, and the enduring spirit of rock and roll. Huey Lewis and the News's music didn't just stop at the charts. Their unique blend of rock and soul, their foot-tapping rhythm and relatable lyrics made a significant impact on the industry, shaping the sound of the 80s and inspiring countless artists that followed. But perhaps more importantly, they won the hearts of millions of fans worldwide. Whether it was the energetic beat of the heart of rock and roll, the catchy melody of Hip to Be Square, or the soulful rhythm of I Want a New Drug, their music became a part of people's lives. There's something incredibly special about a band that can transcend time and generations. A band that can create a song one day and have it still be loved and appreciated decades later. That's exactly what Huey Lewis and the News accomplished. Their music has endured, standing the test of time. It's found in the memories of those who grew up with it, and it's discovered anew by younger generations who recognize the timeless quality of their sound. Their influence extends far beyond their discography. Throughout their career, they've been a beacon of resilience and determination. From overcoming personal challenges to navigating the highs and lows of the music industry, they've shown us the heart of rock and roll is still beating. And let's not forget about the fans, the dedicated followers who've stuck with the band through thick and thin. The fans who, no matter how much time has passed, still turn up to concerts, still sing along to every word, and still feel that same thrill they did when they heard that first note. This is a testament to the connection Huey Lewis and the News have fostered with their audience. A connection that's as strong now as it was in their early days. Their timeless hits are still played on the airwaves today, proving the enduring appeal of their music. No matter where you go, the legacy of Huey Lewis and the News lives on, reminding us all that the heart of rock and roll is still beating. As for the future, Huey Lewis and the News are far from done. In the ever-evolving world of rock and roll, it's not uncommon for bands to fade into obscurity, their music reduced to nostalgic echoes. But that's not the story for Huey Lewis and the News. No, this band is still as vibrant and relevant as ever, continuing to make their mark on the music industry. Their sound, a unique blend of rock and soul, has not only stood the test of time, but also continues to evolve. They are currently working on new projects, rehearsing and recording fresh music that promises to bring the same energy and passion that we've come to expect from them. While some may argue that the golden age of rock and roll is behind us, Huey Lewis and the News are proving that the genre is still very much alive. They are not only preserving the rich history of rock music, but also shaping its future. Their dedication to creating music, their unwavering passion, and their commitment to their fans are what make them an enduring force in the world of rock and roll. In a recent interview, Huey Lewis said, "We're not done yet. There's still more music to be made, and we can't wait to share it with our fans." These words are a testament to the band's relentless drive and their love for what they do. It's this spirit that has carried them through the highs and lows of their career and will undoubtedly propel them forward in the years to come. So, as we look to the future, we can expect more from Huey Lewis and the News. More music, more performances, more of the rock and roll spirit that has made them icons in their field. They are a band that refuses to rest on their laurels, always looking for ways to push boundaries and deliver memorable music to their fans. With more music to be made, Huey Lewis and the News are still on their journey into the heart of rock and roll.